Well, many thanks for keeping it KTN Business News. My name is Agina. Time to catch up with the latest from the business world. Well, Kenya has signed a 40 billion shilling concession loan with the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, that is set to fund the construction of Olkaria 5 geothermal power plant. Well, we did have an interesting chat with the CS for Energy, who is saying that they look forward to getting about 100 megawatts of geothermal power. Here's more on that report.
The cost of energy in Kenya has been a major impediment in unlocking the great potential the country boasts of. Businesses have not been able to compete favorably with the cost of electricity being high, which has resulted in high cost of goods to the general public. On average, a kilowatt hour of electricity costs about 20 US cents. Among sectors the country has placed keen emphasis on is in constructing requisite infrastructure and boosting power supply. In an effort to meet its target of generating 5,000 megawatts by 2017, the National Treasury, in conjunction with the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, signed a development assistance loan to fast-track power generation.
Today, sign exchange of notes and the corresponding loan agreement for the Olkaria 5 geothermal power plant amount 45.7 billion yens, or in Kenya shilling 40.6 billion Kenya shillings.
The overall goal of this project is to enhance security of electricity supply in Kenya and also provide affordable power supply to consumers.
The new funding will be pumped into construction of the Olkaria 5 power plant to generate about 140 megawatts. The country's energy mix is tilted towards hydro and thermal power, which are expensive to run. The deal, the largest ever amount received from JICA, which has invested a total of 472 billion shillings, will see Kenya pay the loan at a concessional interest rate of 0.2% for a period of 30 years.
We are prepared to take off as soon as possible, which in the next 2 days.
Kenya's currently installed power capacity stands at about 2,300 megawatts against a demand of 1,000 megawatts. Kenya has in the past couple of years raced to increase its output of renewable and cheaper electricity, adding at least 280 megawatts of geothermal power to the national grid. Agina, KTN Business.
Well, according to the Energy CS, he projects that the cost of electricity could go down by about 60%. Well, let's see how that pans out in the coming days. Well, a recent World Bank report has shown that Kenya has some of the highest youth unemployment rates in sub-Saharan Africa. The problem, however, could be due to the country's inability to create new jobs, resulting in narrow formal opportunities for entry-level workers. KTN's Ashley Mazuri has more.
Kenya, they say, is the industrial hub of the East African region. Yet, despite this regional business trend-setting, the country holds the distinction of being top at having the highest youth unemployment rates in the world. A newly released report by the World Bank, Kenya's youth unemployment rate stands to be 3 times that of its neighboring countries, Uganda and Tanzania, with 1 in every 5 Kenyan youths of working age being jobless.
There are very many people looking for jobs, and the jobs are really, really few.
A third of Kenya's GDP, which is about 400 billion shillings, is lost to corruption each year, a situation that financial analysts say is widening the inequality gap.
What is bringing that difference is only the corruption we're experiencing.
Kenya has over the past decade partly lost its competitive edge in the manufacturing and agriculture industry, where the bottleneck of unskilled youth has increased by 25.9% between 2007 and 2013.
The sector is creating high-value, high-productivity jobs, namely in modern services. But the bad news is that at only about 75,000 jobs a year, those jobs are far few in between.
The insignificant amount of investments by government driving what is very important for the manufacturing sector, has contributed to a large extent in the stagnation and in some cases decline of the contribution by the manufacturing sector to our GDP.
Despite the strides made in the education sector that has seen about 800,000 graduates join the employment market yearly, employer demands are still far from being met. The big question still remains to be, what is the use of investing in education if 21% of graduates are guaranteed unemployment? Ashley Mazuri, KTN Business.
Many thanks there, Ashley. Moving on, the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, COMESA Business Council, has challenged agri-food suppliers to quickly adopt global standards in order to enhance their competitiveness in the region and internationally. Well, KTN's Joy Doreen Bira spoke to Sandra Uwera, COMESA's Business Council Chief Executive Officer, who says COMESA has achieved only 1% of its mandate.
Here in Kenya, because we are launching the Local Sourcing for Partnerships project, that's focusing on creating or establishing or promoting where there are existent total quality management processes in terms of food safety and hygiene. This project is being launched in 6 countries within the COMESA region who are strong trading partners. These are namely Rwanda, Kenya, Uganda, Malawi, Egypt, and Ethiopia, and Kenya. So what we are focusing on today is that we selected about 85 to 100 food suppliers who are growth enterprises who have a potential of contributing greatly to the larger supply chains of corporate companies in Kenya and also in the larger region. And we are training them on what we're calling HACCP. HACCP is a Hazard Analysis Critical Control Point Food Management System.
And with that, that's all the time on Business Today. My name is Agina. Let's do this tomorrow, same place, same time.